Hi, welcome. In today's video, we will be looking into definition of current and how to measure current density. It is necessary to know in deep the material science to understand properly what is a current. But from physics, we know that flow of charges constitutes an electric current. If we go deeper into it, we know that the electrons cannot move freely in a conductor, they drift, right? So they drift with great difficulty, and this drifting of electrons in a particular direction under the effect of potential difference will produce a current. So current can be measured by measuring how many charges passes through a specified surface or a point in a second. We measure it for a second because second is treated as SI unit of time. Current can also be defined as the rate of flow of charge at a specified point or across a specific surface. So with that definition, we can represent current as I equals dq by dt, and the unit is amperes. Now this is considered as dq by dt because the rate of flow of charge means is the flow of charge across some reference point for a given time. So that can be calculated as rate. To be more clear, you put some point, okay, on the path of current, maybe somewhere here. You are going to check or calculate how many charged particles has crossed this point in 1 second. If you can estimate that, then that much is my current. So how will I calculate this? I cannot sit and calculate or sit and see with my naked eyes how many charges are crossing this point, right? That is not possible. You know that these electrons are, the value itself is very small, and it's very small to see with our naked eyes. So we go for mathematical expressions to explain or express such scenarios. So rate of change of q with respect to time will give me current. I hope definition of current is very clear. So the rate of flow of charge at a specified point as explained here, or across a specified surface. You can hold a surface also here, okay, across this surface how much charges crosses. Based on this you can measure the current. When we discuss about current, I am basically interested in current density, because in our subject the most of the things which we are going to connect with is density of current and not with the current. So once we know what is current, it is very easy to understand what is current density. So current density can be defined as the current passing through the unit surface area when the surface is held normal to the direction of current. I think I'll explain this using a graphical visual so that it will be more clear for you. So in a Euclidean space or 3D space, I am considering 3 coordinates, and by now you are thorough with what are these coordinates. If you are going for Cartesian coordinate system, okay, towards you will be x, right hand side will be y, and to the top you will have z axis. So we have x, y, z axis. So I am just considering this for my reference. So as I told you, current density is how much current is passing through a given surface area. So first I will consider a surface area. So I am considering a random surface area. Okay, the shape of this surface area is not very important for this understanding. Now you see, I have to hold this surface perpendicular, that is normal to the direction of the current. So this surface I have kept it in xy plane. So I am assuming that the current is traveling in z direction. Okay, positive z direction. So something like this. So I have my current vectors traveling like this, and these current vectors are going to pass through this surface like this. Okay. So I hope this visualization is very clear. So this I hold the surface normal to the path of current. That is the idea. Okay. Now what I do is I consider a small surface. Okay, because when we want to mathematically evaluate these concepts, we need to have a computational or computable figure, right? So we consider a small ds and we consider the current vector which is passing through that small ds. So this, I hope this is very clear. Okay, we are going to consider a small ds on this particular surface, and I am going to consider only the current vector passing through this small surface. Okay, now keeping that visual in mind, referring to this figure, okay, this figure was directly lifted from that visual. I have just labeled it. As you can see, for a given surface, if you represent the current, that becomes J vector. What is this J vector? This J vector is nothing but symbolic representation of my current density. So current density is symbolically represented as J vector, and obviously the unit will be ampere per meter square, because current unit is ampere and I am measuring it for given square meter. So the unit of J vector will be ampere per meter square. This also you have to keep in your mind. So referring to this figure, I understand that for a given area, if I evaluate the current vector, I will get J vector. And as you know, for mathematically expressing, I am going to consider a small surface area and current passing through that small surface area only. Okay, so I call such current as increment of current, a small current. Okay, so the increment of current crossing an incremental surface normal to current density can be easily written from the definition of J. Okay, we understood that this J and I will be normal to the surface always, because otherwise you cannot measure what is current density. Keep this also in mind. Okay, always the current or current density will be normal to the surface. So I will always have normal component of this J vector with me. So with the definition, going with the definition, can I write Jn, that is the normal component of my current density, that is Jn, as incremental current, okay, small current divided by small surface. This should be having some meaning, right? Because current density is defined as current per unit surface area. So here I am talking about a small surface and a small current. So incremental current by incremental surface is going to give me some amount of density. Or from this I can easily write what is delta I. So delta I can be written as Jn delta S. Jn delta S. Now referring the figure, okay, I can bring in the directions of these fellows. So if I bring the directions of these fellows, that is Jn and delta S, then I can further write it or represent it as Jn in an cap direction as well as delta S. As you know, we already discussed the surface area is treated as a vector, and if it is treated as a vector, then direction is considered as normal. So I can write the incremental current delta I as Jn an cap, okay, delta S an cap also. So that in the sense delta I is nothing but J vector, okay, the incremental current is nothing but J vector delta S vector. Nice, because Jn an is magnitude into direction, that can be written as a vector. Delta S an cap is nothing but magnitude into direction, that can be written as a vector. So I can easily write delta I as J vector delta S vector. And now from this, if I rewrite, if I go back to where I start, my J vector can be represented as delta I divided by delta S vector. Okay, so generally this is true for any current and any surface. So, but I am taking incremental surface to understand this better. So, the current density for a small surface is given by J vector equals delta I by delta S vector. So, it is a ratio of current and surface area. So, once you know the amount of current passing through a given surface area, you can easily calculate what is current density. Now, if I am not interested in this delta I, what is this delta I? This delta I is only the current, okay, only the current which is coming through this small surface. I have noted it as ds, which is further small, okay, whatever. So, small incremental surface is this, and delta S is only the current coming out of this particular surface. Is that clear? So, this is delta I. Okay, now if I need the total current, what I can do? If I need the total current, so I have the current equation here, right? I have the current equation here, delta I is J delta S, and I have my current density equation with respect to my incremental current delta I. Now my question is, I need to calculate the total current. Now how will I obtain the total current? So total current can be obtained from this equation, right, by using mathematical method. That is, I have to just integrate this equation to get delta I. Agree? So if I integrate this equation over the entire surface, in the sense, if I calculate what is the total J vector coming out of this entire considered surface, then I'll obviously obtain what is the total current. Agree? So this is how I calculate the total current. So I hope the concept of or definition of current and current density can be remembered now. So now we have to see what is the relation between current density and charge density. So that we will look into in the next video. Thank you for watching.